Morning. Welcome to today's live breathwork practice. Today we are going to do a practice centered around around procrastination. I recently moved. Oh, by the way, my name is Lynn, and I am a trauma-informed breathwork guide and somatic coach. And each week I share a breathwork practice on Wednesday mornings. And today we are going to do a practice, like I said, centered around procrastination. I recently moved and I got everything put away except for the pictures. The pictures well, there's still some laying around, but we're all like leaning against the walls all over the place, and it was just driving me crazy. I noticed I would do my practices, my breath work, my meditation, whatever practice I was doing that day, and I would feel nice and relaxed. And then I would walk by these pictures leaning against the wall, and I get this little stress response and think, oh, I got to get that done. I got to get that done. And it would just take away from that feeling of relaxation. And then I realized that we all have these things somewhere around our house that we are going to get to one day. And each time we walk past these, it causes this little icky response in our body. So I thought today we would do a practice using a slow diaphragmatic breath. And what this does, this works with the anterior cingulate cortex. I wanted to say complex. Cortex. And this part of the brain helps with your willpower. It helps you to stay focused. It helps you It functions to help to control your emotions. So it's a really important part of your brain. And when we use this diaphragmatic breath, when we use a slow, controlled breath, and we're being mindful with our breath, we're actually exercising this part of the brain, this anterior cingulate cortex. So that's what we're going to do today. And this part of the brain can actually help with anxiety. There's a circuit that includes the anterior cingulate cortex, the medulla, and the pons, where it can help to, when you trigger it using this slow, deep breath, it helps to calm anxiety. So this diaphragmatic breath is very powerful. And we will do about a 6-minute practice with this breath to calm the nervous system and strengthen that part of our brain, that anterior cingulate cortex. And also, every time you do something that you don't want to do, you strengthen that part of your brain. So this is something that, maybe just take 5 minutes on that project that you don't want to do, and slowly over time you're building up that anterior cingulate cortex, and it gets easier and easier to do those things that you don't want to do. I don't think they ever become completely easy, though. I know the picture hanging sure hasn't. I'm about halfway done. So, but each day I work a little bit on those pictures, getting a few hung up, because it's pretty intense, all the measuring, trying to get everything straight and perfect. It can be really intense. So it's something I decided to do gradually. Do just a couple pictures a day. And you can do the same with whatever it is you've been putting off. So let's go ahead and go into the practice. Now, if you are pregnant or if you have any serious health issues, do consult your doctor before practicing breath work. This is going to be a pretty easy, gentle practice, but powerful. But I still suggest checking with your doctor. And if you're driving or you are operating any kind of machinery, or if you're in water, it's not suggested that you do breath work. You want to be nice and comfortable and securely supported so you don't feel like you're going to fall over, because it's important to feel safe and comfortable when you're practicing breath work. So if you can do so safely, get yourself into a nice comfy position. I love sitting on the floor. I actually have a floor sitting desk, so I spend a lot of time on the floor, but you may be more comfortable on your bed or your sofa or in a chair. It's your body, you know best, so do what feels right with your body. So getting yourself into that nice comfy position. Oh, let me demonstrate the breath before we begin. So go ahead and do this with me, actually. Place a hand on your belly and a hand on your chest, and you want to breathe in as if, like, picture when you fill a pitcher with water, the pitcher doesn't fill from the top down. The pitcher fills starting at the bottom. It fills at the bottom and then raises up. This is how we want to breathe. When we breathe in, we want to fill the lungs starting at the bottom. So the belly will expand. I'm going to try to demonstrate this. So the belly will expand. And moving up to the chest. And then the opposite as you breathe out. But just focus on the belly expanding and don't worry so much about the opposite movement. So and I know as women we are taught, not taught, but we're the societal pressures. We want to keep our belly nice and flat and pulled in. But this is so bad for our breathing. So let that belly expand. This way you're using the diaphragm. The diaphragm is located just below the ribs, and each time you breathe into that belly, you're helping to exercise the diaphragm. You're using that diaphragm. Sometimes we go through life and we spend so much time breathing up here in our lungs that that diaphragm actually gets stuck and it doesn't move freely like it should. So this may be difficult at first, but it is worth it to continue to just do the best you can, and over time your best will get better and better. So getting yourself into that nice comfy position, letting out any last minute wiggles, letting the eyes close or gently gazing at something in your space. And I hope the music has not been playing this entire time, but I think it has. So maybe not, but I'll go ahead and try playing it now. Okay, just noticing the surface below you, feeling how this surface supports you and holds you, and perhaps allowing the body to settle into this surface just a little bit more. Knowing that all that came before this and all that will come after will still be there when you're finished with this practice. So you can just dedicate this time 100%, be in this moment. Bringing your attention to your natural flow of breath. Just observing the inhale, observing the exhale. Now we're going to gently move into that slow diaphragmatic breath. Breathing in gently through the nose all the way down to the base of the belly. Breathing out slowly and gently. Breathing in Now continuing on your own, slowly and gently breathing down into the belly. Slowly and completely exhaling. Allowing the body to let go. Releasing any tension you may be holding on to. Feeling the shoulders drop with the exhale. Beautiful. Keeping the breath moving. We aren't here alone. Deeper and deeper into that feeling of calm. Allowing any thoughts that may arise just to be, without grabbing onto them, without pushing them away. Just focusing on the breath, focusing on that slow, deep inhale. Feeling the belly expand. Focusing on that slow and complete exhale. Feeling the belly contract. Beautiful. We're here for just another minute. It's safe to let go. It's safe to allow. Just a few more breaths here with this deep diaphragmatic breath, a slow inhale. Slow exhale. Now releasing the controlled breath, just allowing yourself to be in this moment. And perhaps allowing yourself to focus on the feeling of calm, on the feeling of letting go. What we focus on in our life grows. Now once again, noticing the feeling of being held and supported by the surface below you. Notice the feeling of the air against your skin. Perhaps noticing the light filtering through your eyelids. And taking in a big, deep breath. Sighing it out. And when you're ready, gently blinking open the eyes and returning to your space. I hope that you now feel nice and calm and maybe ready to spend at least a few minutes tackling that project that you've been putting off, or whatever it is around your home that you're walking past every day and looking at, and you just get that feeling. Again, my name is Lynn, and I am a trauma-informed breathwork guide, and I have a free practice called the HSP Emergency Reset. Click the link below to get that practice. It is perfect for those times when you just feel so overwhelmed and like you just want to scream. It'll help to calm your nervous system quickly. And I work with highly sensitive people. I myself am most likely on the autistic scale. I have not been tested, but anybody who knows me would probably say, yeah, she's got some autistic traits. But so I do have a highly sensitive nervous system, so I know how it feels to feel all that overwhelm and to take on everybody else's emotions and feelings and all that stuff that goes with being highly sensitive. So I've created this emergency reset to help to calm the highly sensitive nervous system. Now, this will also help if you aren't highly sensitive. It's highly effective for calming the nervous system and taking you to a place where you feel like you're in control, rather than feeling like you're just going to fly off the handle and let the next person who says the wrong thing to you. So my name is, I said that already like twice, so I'm not going to say my name again, but I am here almost every Wednesday to share a breathwork practice to calm you and to help you to create the life that you wish to create. I will see you next Wednesday, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and follow me for updates. Bye.